What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and we're doing it live. As I welcome all you to All Elite Wrestling Review, this show from August 12th, 2020. This will be your delay from last week's episode of AEW Dynamite results, and it'll be about Tag Team Appreciation Night, which every night that AEW has been doing has been Tag Team Appreciation Night. But this is a particular different Tag Team Appreciation Night when it pertains to FTR hosting it. Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood. We'll get to that later on when that segment comes up. But your commentators were Jim Ross, Taz, and Tony Schiavone at Jacksonville, Florida, Daly's Place. So let's not waste any time, folks, as they start building up for the next pay-per-view of AEW All Out on September 5th, 2020, on a Saturday night. Speaking of which, there was no AEW Dynamite tonight, unfortunately, because the NBA schedule changed all that. So TNT and AEW agreed to do their shows on the Saturday, which sucks too because NXT Takeover 30th is also on the Saturday night. So, but on the special time for AEW Dynamite, it's gonna be a special time at 6 p.m. I don't know if I'm gonna be working yet. I gotta see if I am gonna be working. It depends how the weather looks basically because I work outside, but outside of Korean, yeah, yeah, sure, you know that. But I gotta see how that goes. To see how the weather is, and see if how long I'll be working there. If I do work, let's see how long I'll work there. If I work there and and the weather's fine and everything, it's all good to go and everything, then yeah, that means I'm gonna be missing AEW Dynamite. But I have it recorded. It'll be on demand. I'll be watching it wherever I can when I want on Sling TV. And yes, so hopefully everyone does tune in on Saturday night 6 p.m. or wherever time schedule that sets up for different time zone location that you're from. But from where I'm from, it's 6 o'clock p.m. special time as already mentioned. 2 hours as always. We're just the AW Dynamite show, and basically the first hour they'll do all right. But as far as the second hour is going to be where everyone's going to be tuning on to the W Network to watch the Takeover show. So yeah, in a way it's going to be bad for AEW. But we'll see how it looks though. I'm not the type of person to care about reigns that much anymore, anyways. But we'll see how the reigns goes pertains to how they can manage to do it on the Saturday night. And there'll be other dates too, by the way, folks, for AEW Dynamite. Like for example, on a Thursday night. So once this Saturday passes by, the following Thursday, which is next week, it'll be AEW Dynamite on the Thursday night. So I don't know if it's gonna be a special time. I think it's gonna be back to the regular time slot. But we'll see. But nevertheless, let's just get right into the show here now, folks, and we'll get to more of the updates of it once I get to more of these All Elite Wrestling review. So let's start with this All Elite Wrestling review with AEW Dynamite results, what pertains to Tag Team Appreciation Night, and the match opened up with a tag team match, playa, and it was Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, representing the Elite, the Elite, as they go up against Stu Grayson and Evil Uno of the Dark Order. And immediately the Young Bucks came out, and they immediately got attacked by the Dark Order, from the jump start of the match. It was basically it was. I don't think it was John Silver and Alex Reynolds out there. They might have been, or it could have been someone else, but who knows? But we do see them later on though. But yeah, basically we had the Dark Order out there, pertains to throwing off the Young Bucks' game and everything. But in a way, it didn't work that much because in the end, the Young Bucks ended up beating the Dark Order. Basically with a roll up when they try to go, the Dark Order try to go for the fatality. Nick Jackson counter it. While they had Matt Jackson thrown it into the stage, to the tunnel of the stage basically, where the Dark Order is going to block him from the tunnel. to to prevent to prevent him to block to break up the pinfall or whatever. But it backfired because in the end, Nick Jackson ends up picking up the win. So basically, Nick Jackson is the better team of the Young Bucks, who's the stronger team of the Young Bucks, and he's the most superior team of the Young Bucks. So there you go. That's basically how I took it when it came to how Nick Jackson handled it. But yeah, the Young Bucks won the match. You know, and I thought the match itself was good. It was a very good match between the Young Bucks versus the Dark Order. It could have went either way, and I wouldn't have been pleased if the Dark Order would have beaten the Young Bucks. I would have been pleased. But at the same time, you build the Dark Order. I mean, not building the Dark Order. I mean, they're building Dark Order too, but they're building up the Young Bucks, where the Young Bucks are going to be eventually facing FTR in the future, which we'll get to more of that later on when we get to that segment. We get to MJF, who's still doing this whole campaign of him being, you know, what's best for business in a way. It pertains to, what was the campaign he was doing. Um, I can't remember. I can't remember. Um, but the point is, MJF, says that he could be the a better champion than the current champion himself, John Moxley. So there you go. That's basically the gist of it. They show the Hangman Adam Page and the best spot machine Kenny Omega, the AEW World Tag Team Champions, representing the Elite. The Elite. But they talk about who's the best tag team. Because it's just tag team appreciation night. And then you had Kenny Omega saying, meaning the Young Bucks, and then Page looked annoyed. Adam Page looked annoyed. He says, "Actually, I was talking about both of us. We're the tag team champions and everything." So I guess in a way that was supposed to be like a little dissension between the two because they both just had different opinions of pertains to the best tag teams pertains to AEW basically. So that's basically what it was. So that's that. Sorry, folks. My hair got caught up. I got feeling like I got untied the knot now, which is I think at that point I cut it. Just the knot, not my hair. But MJF, he used as his assistant. Um, oh yeah, I forgot to mention. After MJF is making his way to the ringside, along with Warlow and the rest of the other campaign people he's got with them. One of them, I think it was Lee Johnson, tried to you know basically walk right there with MJF where MJF is supposed to be the one leading, and then MJF just pushes him to the wall, which I thought was funny. So let's get now we can get back to this. So they're in the ring and they're doing this whole thing, and also MJF yells at and Nina to smile because she's not smiling, and she does this the most awkward fake smile ever because she's supposed to be happy that she's working for MJF and everything. Also, the guy gave MJF a gun, which was back when they were walking to the at ringside. That should actually mention too, by the way. But Nia said that he hired him, for to give you a better perfect gun, whatever. I think it was the same guy that MJF fired before. I don't know, I remember, but it was a better gun this time from the two. So they show the polls. The polling numbers meant to say. MJF has 500%. John Moxley 0%. So MJF said he mourns the brief up that AEW fans have in John Moxley because it dies today. Moxley has Moxley has made it clear that he doesn't care about the fans, and if he did, he will be here. He will always be here. As I mean, and he'll always be here, and that's a promise. Basically, MJF said that he'll always be there, and that's a promise. MJF said he has to admit that he is partly responsible for what happened to John Moxley out of his absence because he is afraid of change and afraid of MJF. Says that dic- that dictator John isn't amused to be to be doing with someone like what pertains to the talent of MJF and everything, or pertains to do with a wrestler like MJF and everything. He he wants to make sure that John Moxley feels comfortable enough to show up to work, and then lays out on. Basically, at this point, he starts laying down on the mat, and then he asks John Moxley if that's more like it, if that's better and everything. So then he starts cutting a promo as he's laying down on the mat, saying Moxley, if that makes him more comfortable, and say he doesn't start this just to have a rivalry with him because AEW deserves quality leadership. He says that Moxley might might be a hell of a wrestler, but he ain't a leader. He is a dog, or should I say, he is a rabbit dog chasing cars, and he wouldn't know to do one if he caught it. Basically, he just referenced Heath Ledger's Joker from The Dark Knight, which I loved. I thought that was great. Oh no, I'm sorry. I think it's great. Just saying. So MJF says that if Moxley wants to prove him wrong, and before that he he could try to prove him wrong and everything, that he doesn't care about the fans and he should just hand him the belt over. And then MJF says that AEW deserves better than John Moxley. And all of a sudden, John Moxley's music hits. All of a sudden, MJF gets up and he starts getting all his securities to to go after Moxley, because they know where he comes from when he comes out. All of a sudden, John Moxley comes from the tunnel, the entrance way, and then he jumps MJF from behind. MJF did not see that coming, and then Moxley start beating him to abusively, retributively, and it gets in the paradigm shift, and he leaves, and then Moxley gets a microphone, starts cutting a promo. While we also see Tony Khan, in, in the far end, of the background, while Moxley's cutting a promo. I mean, it was not meant to show, but at the same time, Moxley is in the gorilla position. Moxley is in gorilla position, gorilla position, gorilla position. There you go. I was on a stroke there. But Moxley says that AEW deserves better than Moxley. I'm sorry. I was reading MJF's thing. Here is Moxley. Uh, that MJF better than not that. Wait, let me say it again. That MJF better not think that that makes them even. And then he says they won't be they won't be even until all out, when he teaches MJF a painful lesson in harmony. I mean, in humanity. He says that he is going to take he's going to make sure. Excuse me. This is a very bitter pill to swallow, and that was it. And I thought his Mox's promo was a very good counter of MJF's promo. Yeah, but either way, both promos were good though. I love to see a face-off promo between those two eventually, instead of your turn and now it's your turn. You know, both maybe that will happen eventually. But I thought it was a good segment though too. We see Matt Hardy. He was being interviewed by, I believe it was Alex Marvez. I believe it was Alex Marvez who interviewed him. But basically, Matt Hardy says, he's all stitched up and he's not clear for the next 10 days, but he will be clear enough where it pertains to go after Sammy Guevara. And all of a sudden, I'm trying to remember how it happened. Okay, yeah. So Matt Hardy sees some guy in a leather jacket that Sammy Guevara wears, and a cap that's worn backwards like Sammy Guevara does. And Matt Hardy immediately attacks him from behind. And Matt Hardy started realizing that was a referee. I forgot the referee's name though. Mike Posey. Mike Posey, I think that's what it was. But yeah, when Matt Hardy realized that, like, yeah, he made a big mistake there. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna be fine for that one. Next, we get to finally the incomplete TNT Championship has now been completed because now I can go by calling it the AEW TNT Championship because the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, being covered by the Nightmare family, which it features Justin Rose, QT Marshall, Randy Rose, and Allie, versus Scorpio Sky. So, the match happened between Cody and Scorpio Sky. This is Scorpio Sky's opportunity to show what he's made of and show why he belongs on Dynamite instead of being on Dark. And during this and before the match even started, they did the whole Ring of Honor thing, the Code of Honor and all that, and also these guys fought, Clay Rose and Scorpio Sky. They fought each other numerous times back in the days of Ring of Honor as well. Um, and as we get and before we get to the match, I started noticing a referee in the ring, and this former WWE referee, Mike Chioda. Mike Chioda was refereeing this match, and I thought it was great. And it says 33 years experience of being a referee in professional wrestling. And it's a damn shame how he got let go by WWE because he was blindsided when WWE let him go during this whole pandemic, along with the other people that got released. Mike Chioda should never been released, in my opinion. But this is WWE's loss and AEW's gain. I don't know if Mike Chioda is officially signed with AEW yet, but hey, if he's not signed to anyone yet, why not take the opportunity? Sign up with AEW, and you'll feel like a shoe. That didn't make any sense, by the way. I'm trying to make it sense in a way. But anyways, but the match itself, between Cody and Scorpio Sky, pretty good back and forth action. Obviously, in the end, I knew who was going to win here. Clay Rose gets the win with the crossroads, and yeah, so Clay Rose, your winner, and still your AEW TNT champion, who just buried another challenger of this open challenge weekly in Scorpio Sky. Clay Rose is your winner. So there you go. After the match, all of a sudden Brody Lee shows up. He got the regular, the incomplete TNT Championship title with he's being alongside with John Silver and Alex Marvez, but backstage obviously, not on stage, but backstage. And Brody Lee says that he wants to be the next challenger on Saturday night. So yes, it's gonna be official. Cody versus Mr. Brody Lee for the AW TNT Championship. And if Brody wins, he gets that belt. And let me see how he said it. Oh yeah. When he beats Cody, basically he's going to give the old belt back to him, and he's going to carry the real AW TNT Championship. So in a way he got possession of the old TNT Championship, which is the incomplete TNT Championship. Which it was that belt. Cody Rhodes got used to that belt for a while, but now it's over. Thank God. That way I can stop calling the incomplete TNT Championship. I digress. But there you go. Oh, Private Party. Their favorite tag team, the Hardy Boys. Uh wow. That was a no brainer. The AW World Tag Team Championships. Continuing more of this tag team appreciation night. Besides the whole who our favorite tag teams in professional wrestling. But you had the Hangman, Adam Page, and Kenny Omega versus the Jurassic Express of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, being accompanied by Marco Stunt Grove. Match happens. It's been a pretty good back and forth match. Marco Stunt got involved, and that pissed me off. But Kenny Omega got the better of him. But in the end, it was the last call between Omega and Page onto Jungle Boy, and they got the win. So yeah, just still your AW World Tag Team Champions, Kenny Omega and Adam Page. And there you go. So proud and powerful, Santana Ortiz representing the inner circle. They start, not apologizing to, to what they did, and they didn't apologize to, Trent's mom, and instead they decided to take their best, the best friend's stuff, their bags and everything, and everything, and they start weighing it and bleach, pouring bleach on it and everything. They basically ruined their stuff. Because that's how they roll. Just say. So there you go. There you go. That was their apology, which it was not really an apology. The Butcher and the Blade pick the Road Warriors as one of their favorite tag teams, which is great. And now, folks, it is now time. It is now time for AEW, which is allowing FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood to host Tag Team Appreciation Night alongside with the Young Bucks as they bring along Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. And they bring along also the Enforcer, Double A Arn Anderson, and Tully Blanchard. Not only returns to them being in the Four Horsemen, but also of the tag team names in the times of the WWF, the Brainbusters. So Matt Jackson puts over the Rock and Roll Express and say that they are the original Young Bucks and everything. And they say they inspire a generation of tag teams, which they have. Dax Harwood says that Arn and Tully, you know, basically Dax Harwood saying he's a huge mark of Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard and everything, but because of the comparisons of the Brainbusters are being are given um the, the comparisons that FTR were being compared as basically. That's what I'm trying to say there. Even back in the days of them at NXT when they were called the Revival. Ricky Morton, he starts talking and he says, talk about the chemistry FTR has with Arn and Telly, and then talk about the chemistry the Young Bucks have with on the Rock Roll Express and everything. And he starts talking about how the Young Bucks are they made tag team wrestling what it is today and everything, and they are the top tag teams in the world. And that tells me right there, like, yeah, FTR is probably gonna be annoyed with that, and it's probably gonna be a lead to something where FTR is going to take offense of that, and they should. And then also our answer starts talking and says, he's not the type of guy to blow up smoke and everything. Says that he and also doesn't want to leave a bad taste in his mouth, but he does tell the truth and says that the Young Bucks are one of the tag teams, and also puts over FTR also being the best tag teams also, and also saying that the Rock Roll Express are still working to this day and showing what that tag team wrestling is still alive. And then Ricky Morton was going to start talking again. Also, until Blanchard takes the microphone and basically snatches it away from him and says, that in his mind, what makes you the best. Oh wait, here is how he started off first. He tells him first. He tells him to not start, to start something that he can't finish, and then he starts saying, in his mind that makes you the best is having the gold, and as of tonight, neither FTR or Young Bucks are the champions. Basically, Tully Blanchard is saying, they can all pat themselves in the back, and tell everyone how great they are and everything. It doesn't mean anything though. And gets into Arn Anderson's face and says to Arn Anderson, um, that Arn has something to has something they need to take care of everything about back in on Labor Day, and it points out the whole thing with him being part of the Nightmare family and everything. And so also Arn Anderson, saying, he's a grown man and he doesn't need any permissions from anyone and all that. Also, we get Sean Spears coming out, and then Arn Anderson's going to confront him Um, and also Ricky starts slaps Tully Blanchard, and they'll also we start bringing we start getting some pull aparts. Dax Harwood was doing the pull apart too, and he has hurt his knee. Also in FTR, is being is down the ground, basically in the ring. While we basically Cash Wheeler checking on Dax Harwood, while the Young Bucks are trying to keep things bay, with change to Tully, Arn, and Sean Spears. While the you also had the Rock and Roll Express in the ring. Yeah, had the backs turned. All of a sudden, FTR attacks Rock and Roll Express and spike power drive, Brainbuster style on Ricky Morton. So yeah, I guess this means they're heels now, which I think is great. And this led, with teams to FTR leaving, because also Manic Jackson gets in the ring, and also the Hangman and Kenny Omega gets in the ring too. And the Hangman is very disappointed and very disgusted of what they did. And I think we were boys and everything, and that was just the end of it. Oh my god, folks. It's difficult for me to get through this, but I'm not really feeling myself right now. But hopefully, I will once I go out because I gotta get me some fresh air. I got myself some fresh air since Tuesday. Um, so let me finish this up. So Mike Hill is being interviewed. Also, Chris Jericho comes in and says, you're here because of me and everything. I saved your job once before in WWE, and I want to get you a job here in AEW. What you gotta do is do the right thing because he wants him to be referee in his match against Orange Cassidy. Or pertains to Orange Cassidy, because he's gonna pay that $7,000 for the jacket that he ruined, which he's wearing right now, by the way. For at the time, he was wearing at the time. That's what I meant to say. Next, we get to Hikaru Shida, the AEW Women's World Champion, versus Heather Monroe. And match didn't last long, but Heather Monroe got the upper hand from the get go. But then Hikaru Shida got the better offense of it at the end and got the win and won with a submission. Now I forgot what was originally called, but I remember how it was called back in the Attitude. I mean, not Attitude Era. I remember what it was called back in the Ruthless Aggression Era. Brock Lesnar did that submission move, the Brock Lock. But I forgot the original move of it is called though. Jeez, it sucks. I can't remember. But Hikaru Shida won the match. At the match, Tony Schiavone interviews Hikaru Shida and basically asks her, you know, about her next challenger, and she says she is still waiting for a challenger. Bring it on, and that was it. Also, we see Jake Roberts with Lance Archer. Basically, someone randomly bumped into Lance Archer, and Lance Archer beats him up, and he beats him up another guy while Jake Roberts is cutting a promo about Lance Archer. And then Lance Archer says, "Did you tell him yet?" And Jake Roberts didn't tell him yet. And like, what do you mean? Also, he grabs Jake Roberts, turns him around, rips his shirt off, and in the back is written says, "Everybody dies." That was bizarre. Main event time. Mike Killer, the referee of this match, and I guarantee you, um, Aubrey Edwards would have been the referee of this match, but I believe they pull out of this match so that Mike Killer could be the referee of this match to do the story here between Chris Jericho and Mike Killer. Because the story is Mike Killer is going to be a crooked referee. He's going to, not obey the law of the rules of a referee, and he's going to help out Chris Jericho. He's going to basically, he's going to screw over Orange Cassidy. Did he do it? Nope. Because in this match, here's the thing. In this match, both Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho they worked a pretty good match, except for one thing. 1, 2, 3, 4 of what I've seen, 4 botches. 2 botches from the Dragon Screw. Chris Jericho didn't know which way to go when Orange Cassidy was doing it, and then the third one, it looked like a botch when Orange Cassidy did it again with the Dragon Screw. And I'll get to the other botch once I get to it. But the match itself, I still thought it was good in a way. Orange Cassidy was getting the upper hand of Chris Jericho, getting the better of Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho was getting the better of him at of him as well. Basically, it was back and forth between the two. It was much like an even in a way. Orange Cassidy was going to get some sort of win, whatever, on Chris Jericho. All of a sudden, Santana Ortiz comes out to make sure that wasn't going to happen. All of a sudden, Best Friends comes out, to go right after Santana Ortiz. And then, while this whole thing is going on, Mike Hill's being distracted. Jake Hager comes in the ring and does his pickups and slams Orange Cassidy down, thinking that's gonna be over, but no, it wasn't over yet because when Jericho went for the cover, Orange Cassidy kicked out, only for the match to continue, and then Jericho was gonna use a weapon at this point. He's gonna use Floyd, the baseball bat, and Mike Hill wasn't gonna allow that, and then Jericho told him to turn around, you're not gonna see anything, and then Mike Hill turns around, and Jericho's going to hit him with the bat, but also Mike Hill is like, no, I'm not, no, I'm on the referee. And this match is going to be called down the middle. It's going to be right down the middle and everything. And Jericho was upset. All of a sudden, Orange Cassidy trying to get their upper hand on Jericho. Jericho gives him a little blow. Mike Hill had no idea what happened because Jericho basically went, was trying to cause a referee bump in a way in the turnbuckle. Jericho went for the juice effect, but then Orange Cassidy ducked and went for his the mouse trap, pin for combination that he does, except for one thing. It was botched. Jericho botched it. But that was the win of the match, and then all of a sudden the show was over. They immediately ended the show after that. They didn't even give it any amount of time for Orange Cassidy to and it must have sinking in that Orange Cassidy beat Chris Jericho. But same time, it was let down. It was overwhelming. I mean, it was underwhelming. The match itself, match wasn't bad. The botches made it look bad, but match wasn't bad. It was just good. The match that they had before was great. Yeah, the one from Fight for the Fallen, which by the way, wearing it right now. Fight for the Fallen T-shirt. That match was great. This match on Tag Team Appreciation Night on the AEW Dynamite was not. It was good. It was good to where how the match was was good, but then the botches ruined it. I like the outside the verses though. I like the story of it though too, but at the same time, the botches ruined it. So that's that. And there you go. That was AEW Dynamite, where it retains to Tag Team Appreciation Night. 5 matches were the Tomorrow Wrestling for AEW Dynamite from August 12th, 2020. And my overall showing for the show, I'm gonna go with an 8 out of 10. Good show. Good show. I mean, there's some things I normally on the show here too and everything. Oh wait a minute. I'm sorry, folks. I think it was a match I may have missed. I could swear I missed them. Unless that was last week's show. Yeah, I think it was last week's show. The previous show. Yeah, it was. My fault, folks. I'm losing my mind. Not reading the gal here to get some fresh air. So that being said, folks, thank you all for watching for It's Natural Born Thriller saying peace on the streets. This for sure. All Elite Wrestling Reviewers give you AW Dynamite results routines to also Tag Team Appreciation Night. And with that being said, you all stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself, everything that's going on in the world. Love one another. God bless. Live in peace and harmony. I'm out here. Ta-ta for now. The tag teams I appreciate, by the way, folks, the tag teams I appreciate in pro wrestling. I love all the tag teams and everything. I'm gonna go with the Briscoes from Ring of Honor. Take care.